Hello. So today I wanted to quickly go over something that a lot of us Diablo veterans take for granted that maybe some of you newer players might not be super familiar with, and that is what a build is and why you should probably be following a build guide. So the term build, you may have heard it if you've been on YouTube or looking around in forums and things. The term build refers to a combination of your gear setup, your points, your skill points, your paragon points, legendary affixes, your class special abilities, etc. A combination of how you set up all those things to create a character that will produce the highest output or play the most efficiently. So, if you've been playing along the game without any kind of guide, you might have a skill tree that looks something like this. You have some points kind of just all over the place, you have a lot of skills unlocked, you're trying out different things, and you can kill some stuff in the overworld and it's no big problem. And that's totally fine. That's fun. That's a great way to play the game. But as you level up and you get into the harder and harder content, you're going to really encounter some trouble where you can't quite kill things and things are killing you very fast. So what I would recommend is that you turn to a build guide. So a build guide is something that looks like this. So there's a lot of different resources where you can find this kind of information. I prefer written guides, like those you can find at Maxroll or Icy Veins or Mobalytics, or I'm sure there's other resources as well. You're just going to go ahead and find where it says build guide or guide on one of these websites. You're going to pick the class you're playing. So I started a rogue. So I want to see what kind of builds they have for rogues. And right now, I'm level 17, so I'm going to pick a leveling build. I would recommend going with a leveling build until you're probably around 50 or 60, once you start getting points into the Paragon system. So we have some options here. Okay, I've so far been enjoying playing with the Twisting Blade skill, so let's take a look at that one. Oh well, there's a lot of information here. So here's where I would focus your attention. Getting started, levels 2 and 3, where you put your skill points. Levels 8 through 15, where you put those skill points and why and how you're going to use them. This will give you all sorts of information all the way through your level progression, 32 to 50, etc. And it will talk about all sorts of other information, what your specializations are, which ones are better, which ones you should use for this build, how to get better gear, what stats you should be looking for, what kind of items you should be looking for, what gems you should use, all sorts of information, which codex of power abilities you should use and go unlock first, that kind of thing. So this kind of information is invaluable because if you follow these guides, your character will be very capable of handling endgame content once you get to that stage of the game. When you unlock tier 3, when you unlock tier 4, they'll be more than capable of unlocking better gear, better items. You'll be able to level up faster. You'll be able to level your glyphs faster. And overall, you're going to have a better experience, I think. Now, if your goal in the game is to just play the campaign and have a good time, then I wouldn't worry about a build guide at all. Honestly, I think it's more fun in that stage of the game to just play your way. Pick which skills you want, try out new things, refund your skill tree, try out different things, do whatever you want. Great thing about the campaign is that it's not super challenging. You don't necessarily need a fully optimized build in order to do well in the campaign. But let's say you've beaten the campaign and you have done some of the extra dungeons and you started tinkering around with nightmare dungeons in tier 3. Maybe you've unlocked tier 4, but you're not quite strong enough to beat anything there. You're going to want to use a guide to help you unlock the true potential of your build, so you can push into higher and higher nightmare dungeons, so you can unlock more stuff, and so you can level up your glyphs. So this character, my druid, is one of my main characters. I also have a sorceress. He's a pulverized druid, so he focuses on using this skill, and everything else kind of feeds into that, giving me more resource, giving me more critical strike damage, buffing up my ultimate and using all sorts of different passives to help me with that. And it works really well. It's very smooth gameplay. So I would strongly recommend following a build guide so that you can unlock the true potential of your character. I finished the campaign on my character by like level 40 or so. And if that's all you want to do, great. You can have tons of fun doing that. But if you want to keep leveling up and fight harder and harder stuff, you're going to want to have the right stuff, the right gear, the right things unlocked, and the right abilities. So hope that answers some of your questions. Leave any questions you have down below. If you have any other ideas for things that you might not understand or things you'd like explained, please let me know. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.